So technically, I failed the whole vlog every day in October, but I don't really feel like a failure, so I guess that's what's important. But let me explain. So I wanted to vlog every day, but I kind of set myself up for failure by doubting that I could do it, obviously. What had happened was I had a day where I was just like, I don't have anything to say, I don't have a video to make, and I was like, okay, it's fine, just take a day off, it's not a big deal, just skip a day, no one's holding you to this, it's fine. And so then I was like, I can breathe, that's nice, and I was busy with, you know, what I do in a day, which was taking care of kids. And then the next day, I had every intention of making another video. But when I woke up that morning, I just felt off. I just felt weird, and I try not to let that like take over my day. I always try and like nip it in the bud right there. But then something happened, and that kind of snowballed into just some anxiety. And then my friend Sophia texted me and she's like, hey, you want to go to lunch? And I had already eaten, but I was like, yeah, I want to get out of the house, so sign me up. I'll go, tag along. So we go to the restaurant and we're having a good time, and it's just the two of us, and like the restaurant isn't even busy because it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it wasn't even a setting that would like cause me anxiety to begin with. Like, it was really chill. There was hardly anyone there. We weren't like in a small space or anything like that. And I was feeling better, you know. But then, out of nowhere, prompted by nothing, I start having a full-on anxiety attack. Just right there, in the middle of lunch, for no reason. And it's one of those things where internally I feel like I'm dying. Like, I feel like everything is ending and I can't stop it. And but there's also another part of my brain that is like, this is illogical, and you know this is illogical, and you know there's nothing actually happening. But the other part of my brain is like, mayday, mayday, going down, everything's happening. And so I start doing random nervous tics that happen when I'm anxious, and which just for me is like, I become very fidgety, and I don't know, I'd actually be curious to see what I actually look like, but it was enough that my friend could tell something was wrong, and I was like, I'm fine, I'm just, you know, having an anxiety attack. I'm fine. I'm just, you know, currently dying on the inside. And she's like, oh, well, we can go right now. And I was like, no, let's finish. I want you to finish your meal. And I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, you know. So I like get up and I go to the bathroom, and I'm like trying to calm myself down, and that's not working. I'm just like feeling worse. And it's so weird to like look back at it, because like in those moments everything just feels chaotic. Like, it just feels like there's too much energy coming at me from every direction and coming out of me in every direction, and I can't control any of it. But like, what's actually happening is nothing. Like, there's nothing going on. And I don't understand it. I don't understand anxiety at all. Like, even when doctors or whoever try and explain it, I'm like, but that's just not what happens inside my head. My brain just freaks out. Anyway, so I leave the bathroom and I go back to our table, and I'm like forcing myself to like finish out this meal, even though all I want to do is just like crawl into a hole. Except I don't. No, that's not true. All I want to do is just like run out of the restaurant into oncoming traffic. That's what I want to do. But that's probably not a good thing. So I stay there and I just fight through it. And my friend finishes the meal we pay after I like call down or wave down the waiter to get our checks, and then we leave. Thankfully, I didn't drive there because I hate driving when I'm anxious. She drove me, and we got to my house, and I was like, you're more than welcome to come in and like hang out if you want. And she's like, no, it's okay. Like, she works weird hours anyway, so like it was basically her end of the day, even though it was only 4 o'clock. So she went home. I get home, I change my clothes, I immediately get into bed, and I honestly did not get out of bed until the next morning. So I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and didn't get out of bed until like 8 o'clock the next morning, because my anxiety was just so crushingly, it was just crushing. I felt crushed underneath just the weight of the world. The whole universe was just on top of me. And I take, for my anxiety, I'm sure that if had I taken a Xanax or something like that, I would have chilled out and been fine. But I swore off Xanax earlier this year when a doctor kindly told me that there are links to dementia with it, and I was like, why was I taking this on and off for over a year and no other doctor had mentioned that? Like, what? Anyway, that's a whole other thing. So what I take for anxiety is something called, I don't know if it's GABA or GABA, but I actually have to take the children's chewable kind, because if I take like the pill form, it like, I'm too sensitive to it and it makes me dizzy. Who knew? Who knows? I don't know why my body is the way that it is. So I take the chewable kind, and I take 2 every day, just with all my other supplements. I just start it with that. And I have noticed like a decrease in my anxiety to begin with, once I was on it for a while. And I haven't had an anxiety attack like this in a long time. So I like took a couple more of them before I got into bed, and it didn't really help at that point. Anyway, the next day I was then just exhausted, even though I had just spent over 12 hours in bed, and my spirit was kind of, no, my spirit plummeted after that, and it's just something that I have to continue to work through, you know? Like, there's no easy fix for me, no matter what I do. But I do believe that I can continue to work on it and see improvement, because I have seen improvement. It's just sometimes it's hard again, and that's okay. It's like with my Lyme disease. I got through it once, I'll get through it again. Anyway, so after that happened, I was like, I didn't even think about videos after that. It was like I had to focus on like my actual responsibilities of my life, and so then I just was just like, whatever. And then when I did start thinking about videos again, I was like, God dang it, now I'm gonna have to like make a video like this, and I didn't want to do that because I was like, I feel like I'm constantly talking about my anxiety. And then I talked with my best friend Tina, and she was like, she encouraged me to keep going, because that's what she does. She's great at that. So I was like, okay, I will, even though I don't really want to, but I will. Ooh, I just did that. Don't do that. In sign language, that means something. It means F you. So if I seem really low mood right now, I don't know how I come off. I feel really low mood. I'm exhausted today. I don't know why. Yesterday and today I have just been so tired. And this thing that happened was, you know, over a week ago now. What was I gonna say? Oh, low mood, low energy. I'm just exhausted. Again, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the relapse, if it's just my Lyme, or what. I still haven't done any of my IV therapies yet. My doctor wants me to start doing those again for the relapse, and I just haven't done it yet. And so that's where I'm at. I did film stuff today to make a video. I don't know when that'll be out, hopefully soon, because it was fun. It was a cool experience, and I want to remember it. So that's why I make videos, so I can remember things. And I know none of you have put any pressure on me whatsoever. Everyone's always very supportive, but I am sorry if any of you were disappointed that I didn't follow through. So I'm not going to promise that there will be a video tomorrow. There will just be a video when there's a video. And I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.